Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Hello?
How you doing?
I'm all right. How old are you?
34.
34. All right.
Yes.
What's the question? What do you got?
My question is, dealing with a man and he runs a business, his family owns a business, and you're part of that business.
You're part of that business?
Yes, part of the business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the business part is fine, but the personal part is fucked up between him and I. And my question is, I don't even know if you can answer this, but is it worth staying in a multi-million-dollar business with someone that, when it comes to the personal side of things, it's just not the best and the happiness part of life?
Is your name on the documents?
My name is not on anything.
There you go.
Oh man, that sucks. Only because it's a really good business to be in.
It's not yours.
It's not mine, but it's a lot to learn from, and maybe I can branch off and do for myself, in due time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Why? This is your boyfriend?
Yes.
How long you been together?
Going on 4 years now.
Why is he not your husband?
I guess I didn't really require or think about being husband and wife.
But you're an employee of the business.
Yes,
I
am.
Why are things fucked up? What'd you do?
I think I jumped into the personal side too quick.
What'd you do to fuck it up, though?
As far as me messing things up, it was just, I would say, nagging about the lack of love that isn't being shown. And so I feel like on my part...
What are you basing it at? What are you comparing it to?
I'm comparing it to just growing up and seeing my grandparents love each other 100%.
You don't know what you saw with your grandparents. You know what your grandparents showed you. You don't know what happened when they closed that door. Have you had a better relationship?
I have, yes.
How long ago was that?
It's about 6 years ago.
How long did it last?
I was young. That was a 10-year relationship. I was 19 all the way through.
19 to 29?
Yeah.
Why didn't you marry him?
Like that, it's just...
No,
I didn't really require marriage. I wasn't really looking at, wanting to be married.
10 years. Did you see the first woman I talked to? 13 years?
I saw that, yes.
So are you sure you're not comparing who left the 10-year relationship, you or him?
I let it go.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure you're not comparing this current relationship to the 10-year relationship?
I think so, just because...
Yeah, that's why I asked you. You're comparing this relationship to the relationship you let go. You're not ready for a relationship. You'd be crazy to marry you. Let me just say, a man would be crazy to marry a woman who'd stick around for years and not require marriage. So the relationship is fucked up. What is it supposed to be? Not supposed to be a marriage, right?
I guess not. I wouldn't know because my parents, I didn't grow up with a mother and a father together. My mom was never married, so I don't...
Man, I can pull people from the worst third world countries who know that you don't be with somebody for 10 years and you don't get married. Yeah, a bunch of you ladies are just rebels. And you don't want to be married because married comes with rules. Hold your hand up. How many tats you got?
I got quite a few. I'm not sure.
Rebel.
I got quite a few.
Where does the life end for? How does life look for a rebel at 55?
A life for a rebel at 55.
Did you go to college?
No, did not go to college.
You graduated high school?
I graduated high school.
Okay, so
that was the last education I had was high school.
So obviously you're not going to get married. What does life look like for a rebel at 55?
I feel like that would be somewhat all over the place.
Okay. At 65, when you can't work anymore, are you going to have your $1.9 million to retire on?
Looking at it from right now, I don't see that.
So that would be a no?
No.
All right, then when you run out of money, what happens to you? You can't pay your rent or your mortgage. Where are you going to be? What happens when somebody can't pay their rent or their mortgage? What happens?
They end up in a facility, possibly if they have a bed for these people.
What happens if somebody can't pay their rent or their mortgage before that happens? What happens? What's the process called? Eviction?
Eviction.
Mm-hmm. And you have no relatives, you're not married, you got no kids. Where you gonna go live? You got no money.
Shit.
Is that this facility you're talking about?
You said what?
You think you're going to go live in this facility you're talking about?
I mean, as slim to, I don't have it. No, probably not.
Then where you going to go?
The only thing I can think of is just being with family, but the younger.
No.
The younger ones.
So you're going to be an elderly burden to your extended family. What happens if a man gets evicted? What happens if a man who's not married and has no kids, runs out of money, he can't pay his rent, and there's no facilities? Where does he go?
Probably the streets.
Thank you. Same place where you'll be. And we need to start telling more women, y'all are going to be homeless. Because I know where in hell that somebody needs to take care of a bunch of elderly, rebel women who mismanaged their lives because they didn't want to get along with somebody. If men did the same thing, the street would be waiting for men too. Right?
Yeah.
Relationships are optional for you. That's how you've been living your life, right?
Yeah, I've been pretty much my whole...
Okay, well then, you better be able to take care of yourself. You better be able to make enough money for 2 incomes to be able to pay for yourself until you die. Did no one ever tell you that?
No.
So when you got old, what did you think was going to happen? It was just going to work out?
Well, I'm thinking that a successful business will be put into place and stay in place, which is what's going on now.
You don't have a business. You're a high school graduate. And how old are you? 30 what?
34.
At 34 years old, a high school graduate. All of a sudden, you're going to this manifest a successful business that's going to produce enough cash for you to live comfortably for the rest of your life. 80% of businesses fail inside the first 5 years.
I'm about to find out because I am going to open a laundromat for my community.
Man,
you need it. It's a necessity.
You're broke. So you need a laundromat for your community. You need them to have a house to live in when you're old. How you gonna worry about laundromat for a community and you can't take care of yourself?
For financial security is what.
Where's the money going to come from? Where's the money going to come from? Where's the seed money? Where's the seed money? The startup money? Where's that coming from?
Because I am Native, they do.
Native what?
Native American. So they do give you.
What percentage?
My mother's Native, my father's Black.
Okay, so
I grew up mostly with Native. I am half, but I grew up mostly with the Natives, yes.
What tribe?
The Thonaltums.
Okay. I'm 16 Seminole. Keep going.
The Thonaltums in Arizona. And so I am from an Indian reservation. That's all I know.
Okay.
So they do help with startup costs. They do provide different incentives that
Ma'am, there are no Indian reservations that are thriving commerces. Alcohol and addiction was running rampant through most of the reserves in the United States. You know that, right?
I do know that, yes.
That's why they need laundromats. So it's not going to be an economic boom. You'll take the money you get and sink it into, come on, I know what life is like on a reservation. I'm from Oklahoma.
And so my thought is doing that will help with more of a financial security. I don't know about freedom.
It has to work though. You're going to put a laundromat in for poor people. A laundromat for poor people. It's supposed to provide economic security. Doesn't even sound right, does it?
I didn't think of that. I mean, I don't look at them as poor. I didn't think of it as like that.
Businesses have to make a profit. If they need a laundromat, that means they can't even afford washer and dryers at their homes. If you're half or a quarter, you know the situation it is on the reservation. The booming business is alcohol. What is set up on the borders of the reservations? Liquor stores, right?
Yeah, on the borderlines, yeah.
Right, because they can't sell it on the reservation.
Right.
And what happens when people get their money? Where do they run to? The laundromat or the liquor store?
To the L store.
Your godfather's an intelligent brother. I know a lot about a lot. Somebody got a choice between taking their money to go to the liquor store or washing their clothes. What they gonna do?
More than likely go get some drink.
So why you think putting the little bit of money you have in this business is going to make you economically secure? Because it's the best idea I got. And it's just not a good idea.
Just because it's a necessity, not.
It's a necessity for whom?
For the community.
Okay. Good luck with that. There are a lot of things that are necessities for communities. But if it's a good business, it would already be there.
Yeah.
So
well, they tried.
Okay, so bottom line is what we're showing is another woman who's just kind of living life on autopilot, and you're just getting older, And there's nothing more vulnerable than elderly, unmarried, childless women. Where in the world do you see a bunch of women who are 60, 65 plus, unmarried, no children, living their best lives? So my point is, you better get this relationship shit figured out. That is what has been human security, especially in Native America. You don't see a bunch of Native women just roaming the prairies free. They had husbands and children. Our people more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Get it together. You 34. You ain't got but 4 more. Don't fuck around and become 40. It's a wrap. Peace out.
All right.